how to write the winning offer when you're buying a house. As you know, this is in the COVID times, inventory is low, there's multiple offers on great properties. So when you write an offer, you need to have some ideas on how to write the winning offer. So I'm going to give you 7 tips that works all the time, or a combination of them work. Tip number 1, have your buyer's agent call the listing agent and ask the seller what they really want out of this offer. You know by now that there's multiple offers coming in, so the listing agent can tell your buyer's agent what the seller wants. Example, do they want to rent back after they close escrow, maybe 30 days, 60 days to find another house or to move to another apartment or house? Or they could tell you, is the price very important to them, or closing sooner is very important for them. So ideas like that help you write a great offer. By the way, I'm Mike Patel. Thanks for watching this video. I'm in Anaheim Hills with First Team Real Estate, and I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, and thanks for all of you that have commented and even asked me to buy or sell their homes from this channel. So I'm trying to grow this channel, and your support is much appreciated. Tip number 2, make your offer clean and thorough. So when you write an offer, make sure your agent, when he sends the offer, it's very clean. What I mean by clean is, don't ask for too many things in the offer. Make it clean. Offer them the full price, maybe even more. Don't ask for little things like closing cost, or can you include the washer and dryer or the refrigerator, little things like that. Remember, there's a lot of offers. Listing agent is going to be very busy. The seller is going to be very busy. So the cleaner your offer, the better it is. Also, have your agent send the offer one time thoroughly. What that means is, have everything filled out the first time. Make sure he knows what the listing agent is looking for: escrow, title, appraisal times, contingency times, and your approval letter, and all of those included in the file when he sends it the first time. So it's very clean and thorough. Makes a big difference. By the way, if you're looking to buy a house in Anaheim Hills or surrounding areas and want some information on how to buy the house, at the bottom in the description I have a link to a booklet. All you have to do is fill out the link, and I'll send you a booklet that explains to you the 15 things you need to ask your agent when buying a house. So if you fill this out, I'll send it to you right away. So let's go to tip number 3. Make your offer highest and best at the get-go. What that means is, if you know there's a lot of competition on that house, when you write an offer, there's no room to negotiate. So when you write an offer, write a strong offer at the highest price at the get-go. I wrote an offer 2 weeks ago. They were asking $900,000, and we knew there was more offers coming in. So we wrote an offer for $925 from the get-go, 30 days, clean offer, one time. Unfortunately, we did not get that offer because somebody got it at $950. But it was clean, and we did what we can. So offering the highest and best price at the get-go makes you look very strong. Hope that helps. Tip number 4, make your contingencies shorter. Every time we buy a home, there are contingencies. So what are contingencies? Those are the things where you have 17 days, at least in California, we have up to 17 days, which is negotiable, or up to 21 days to remove all contingencies, which includes inspections, appraisals, reviewing your CC&Rs, which is the HOA documents, any other items you want to check, the high school, the crime rate. So you have 17 days to do that, and you can shorten that to make your offer look stronger. Not only are you offering full price or a higher price, but you may cut down the contingencies to maybe 10 days. That'll really help you, and that'll make you look very strong. Remember, when you write these offers, you are competing with other buyers, not the seller. Yes, you are competing with the seller to get him the best offer, but there's other buyers want it and jumping on it just like you are. So the stronger the better. Again, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I put these videos out like these every week on Thursdays at 3 p.m. I give you tips and updates on the real estate market. So if you can share and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Tip number 5, earnest money deposit. This is very important. California Realtors of Association recommends that you put at least 3% down. What that means is if you're buying a $100,000 house, you have to put $3,000 down. But what we recommend is that try to put as much down as possible. Maybe you want to put 10% down. So on a $500,000 house, you can put $10,000 down, or $25,000 down, or $50,000 down. Now, what has the deposit got to do with making your offer look strong? The more deposit you put, the stronger you look, the stronger your offer looks. So it goes a long way. The other thing you could do, and we don't recommend it, but if you really, really want the house and there's a lot of competition, you can make the deposit released after contingency removal. So let's say after 17 days you remove all the contingencies, including your loan. You can tell the seller, look, after 17 days, the deposit is yours. So after 17 days or 21 days after your loan contingency removal, you can release the money to the deposit and it becomes non-refundable. Now, we don't highly recommend this in residential. This is a very common practice in commercial transactions. In fact, I just wrote an offer for a land for $2 million, and they insist that after 60 days of contingency removal, the money goes hard. What that means is the deposit is released to the seller and it's non-refundable. We don't recommend it, but if you really want the house and you're very strong that your loan is approved and you're okay with the appraisal and contingencies, that's an option. So you may want to consider that. Tip number 6. In this market, it's not very common, but you could use what we call an escalation clause. What is an escalation clause? Well, basically an escalation clause is you write an offer saying that you will beat any other offer by a certain amount. It's not very common, but in this low inventory and COVID days, it's becoming common and it's being used. The best way to explain to you an escalation clause is by an example. In the offer that we wrote for $900,000, which we did not get, unfortunately, we wrote an offer for $925,000. What I could have done, and the buyer did not want to do it, so we did not do it. What we could have done is written the offer for $925,000 and then put in an escalation clause saying that we will beat any offer by, let's say, $10,000 or by $20,000 up to a certain limit. So I could have written like, we're offering you $925,000 and then we'll beat the highest offer by $15,000, which will take the offer to about $940,000. Or you can say we'll go to a maximum of $950,000. Now this is subject to verification from the listing agent that you did have an offer over $925,000. So it's subject to verification. But these escalation clauses do work, and I've seen my offers accepted and other agents' offer accepted in this market. But make sure you thoroughly understand what it means and when you write it out with your buyer's agent. So hope that helps. It's a very important point to make your offer look very strong. Tip number 7. I left this for the last because it's pretty much a given this year. It's not even a tip, it's a requirement. Is that make sure that when you start looking for a house or when you write an offer, you have a full approval, not just a pre-qualification, but a full approval and including a desktop underwriting approval. What that means is once you find a house, and let's say you're qualified to buy a $900,000 to $1 million house, you are fully approved, your lender has looked at your tax records, your W-2s or 1099s or any other documentation and any other payments, so you're fully ready. All you need is a house, a price, and a location so it can be appraised and a closing escrow. So we need a full approval. In fact, a lot of the agents don't even take you out if you don't have an approval. But I thought I'll put it in there as a tip because it's a very important tip. I'm going to give you a bonus tip since you're still watching this video. I appreciate it. The bonus tip is, with your offer, send a love letter, what we call a love letter with your offer. Basically what that is you may explain to the seller your situation, or hey, we're a family of 3, we're moving out here because our kids want to go to this, let's say, Canyon High School in Anaheim Hills because we love the school and it's got very good remarks. So anything that you can explain why you want to buy this house. I'll give you a quick example. I had a listing a few months ago and we had 4 offers on it, and one of the offers was from a policewoman. She's a single policewoman, and this is during the riots, and she wrote a handwritten letter that, hey, I'm working 16 hours a day, I've been looking for homes for the last 3 months, writing offers, not getting through because she doesn't have time, and the riots are going on and she really needs the house. ASAP. And guess what? The seller picked her. One, because she was a policewoman and the riots were going on. She explained her situation. So sometimes sellers do make an emotional decisions. In fact, sellers make a lot of times, they make emotional decisions. So sometimes when you show a house and the sellers have little kids, and you as a buyer may have little kids and they get along and they love the kids, and if there's 5 offers, the seller may say, you know what, that buyer's kids were cute, I'm going to give it to them. So sellers do make emotional decisions. So if you can write a love letter, that does help. It doesn't always work, but if it works, it's an advantage to you. Hope this video helped. If you have any questions, feel free to call your agent, or you can always comment below, ask for any questions, and I'll answer your question to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching. Mike Patel.